What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is tonibryanne, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the do's and don'ts of a first date. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, take out your notepad, and get ready to know what to do for a first date and what not to do, because this is very crucial information. I find myself super qualified to do this because I've been on plenty of first dates and I've done this before. Like, I've done this whole dating game, so I think it'll be fun to break it down and talk about dating and, you know, just have a little bit of a good time, because this is a fun topic. It's a little stressful, but it could be fun, and just giving some tips and advice that I think that would be really helpful for y'all. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Girls can never say they want it. Girls can never say they need it. Girls can never say they want it.
Do show up on time for the first date. This goes for both men and women. Sometimes women think it's good to be fashionably late. However, I think that is completely false. Showing up on a first date on time shows that you value their time, and that goes for men too. Do not show up late, because that's showing that you do not care. Women, please show up on time. Please plan accordingly. If you're gonna show up late for both genders, make sure that you guys inform that other person. Don't just show up late and act like nothing happened. And if you do, apologize. But still, tell them, inform them first, and then apologize after, like, oh, I was late because of this. Even if you apologize through text or over the phone, just apologize even there, because it shows that you really did care and that you did understand why they could have been frustrated or how it could have inconvenienced them. It's very important to care about other people's times and cater to what they need, and it's a really good first impression. So really consider that. It shows that you're caring, that you're not rude, that you respect their time, that you respect them as an individual. It just adds a very nice platform or baseline for what could be a really powerful and wonderful relationship in the future. Now, to the don't. Don't get too excited. What do I mean by this? Whenever we go on a first date that may have been absolutely amazing, it felt amazing, there was fireworks, he was saying all the right things, she was saying all the right things, she was beautiful, he was handsome, they love their family members, they have a good job. That sounds amazing and all that, but honey, everybody shows their best attributes on the first date. Always, always, always remember that. We're showing our best attributes. It's just the honest tea. We're not going to show our cons and the negative aspects of us and our flaws. We're not going to show that the first date. That kind of unveils itself as time goes on. So don't get too excited, because you're going to end up planning a whole future. I am someone that happens to do this. I do this all the time. If I go on a really good first date, I start planning my entire future. I'm thinking about what the kids going to look like, what the wedding's going to look like, our vacation, our Instagram photos. I be thinking about all this, and then they always fail me in the end. So the main point is just don't get too excited, because it's going to help you in the long run not to get disappointed when you find out, he's not exactly who he seemed to be, or she's not exactly who she seemed to be. This just helps to save your heart some grace and not to be really beat up and battered in the end when you find out they aren't who they really said that they were. So in all, take it all with a grain of salt. Take it as a note, this is pretty cool. I like that attribute about him or her, but there might be a little twist around on that. Just take it with a grain of salt, okay? Now, on to our do's. Do wear a signature perfume or cologne. When I tell you guys, okay? Men, please, I love a man that smells good. And women, a man loves a woman that smells good. Make sure you wear your best perfume or cologne on the first date. This is gonna help them remember you, dang, I remember that girl. She smelled so, so good. I remember that man, he smelled amazing. I wanna know what that scent was. I want to get to know him more. I want to smell it again. And like I said, of course, smelling good is always a necessity and is amazing, but having a signature scent will help them remember who you are. Oh my God, this woman smelled amazing, or what was that smell? And it's also a good conversation starter, because people will want to be like, oh, what's that smell? It smells really, really good, or it smells familiar. And that's how a good conversation will get started. Y'all start talking about perfumes and your favorite colognes. It's just an amazing thing, an amazing place to start in the foundation of a beautiful relationship brewing up. Now, don't drink strong drinks, okay? Now, when going out, we all need to take a little bit of edge off of the nerves. I understand, but don't take some strong drinks, because it will really cloud your judgment. And you want to be fully conscious of the decisions that you're making, and you don't want to wake up with any regrets. When you're drinking a heavy drink, like you're taking a shot or you're doing a really strong mixed drink, a Henny Colada, you might start wanting to do things that you normally wouldn't typically want to do on a first date. Or you might not see certain red flags because you are a little bit tipsy. Your best bet is to just get a nice glass of wine if you want to drink, or just drink some water, or juice, Sprite, whatever y'all want to do. But I definitely would recommend not to drink something really strong because it just will end up making you upset. Now it could form into something amazing, but I'm saying from my experience, just make sure you guys drink something light. I always drink stuff light now because I used to drink like stronger drinks just to help me to relax. But now I'm like, no, I will just take a glass of wine. Even if they're drinking something stronger, I just drink a glass of wine, or I'll just drink water. Okay, that's like your best bet. Let's not do too much. It's the first date. We're getting to know this person. It's kind of like an interview. So be sure not to have your judgment be clouded. Now do give compliments. And this goes for girls too. For some reason, girls feel like they don't have to, let me not say girls, women feel like they do not have to compliment a man, or it might make the man feel too boasted up. Please compliment a man. If you see they put effort into their hair, their outfit. As for women, they put effort into their makeup, hair, outfit, all that stuff, their shoes. Please give them a compliment. It really helps for you to be remembered by them, especially when it comes to like men. Men are not used to women giving them compliments, but if you think they generally look really nice, say, hey, you look nice. Don't do too much, but just be like, you look very nice tonight. And same for a man, you look beautiful tonight, you look lovely tonight. That really adds to it. I've been on dates where I know I look amazing, okay? But I won't get a compliment. Like maybe they'll say it later on, or they just won't say anything at all. The ones that give me a compliment, I always remember that. I love when you say, you look beautiful tonight. It just adds a little bit of flair. It helps you to be memorable. So I think it just is important to add that into your conversation and into an introduction when you first see that person. This also will help men, I feel more confident, and like I said before, remember you, and you will be that girl like, dang, she gave me a compliment, like she's different, okay? So lock that man in real quick, reel him in. And that goes into my don't. Do not show up to the date showing minimal effort, okay? If you happen to follow your date on social media, please get a gist of how they dress. If you see them in pictures very dressed up, they really like to be fashionable, they like to look good, even if that's not your vibe, please try and match their level a little bit, because that is impressive. You cannot be coming in with Jordans on and sweatpants while she's wearing a full-blown outfit with heels, makeup, looking bomb. She really put thought into her outfit. It's not gonna help you kind of move up levels in her dating life, should I say. Because dating is dating multiple people in some cases, and some people don't date multiple people, but if they are, that's gonna help you level up. You not standing out or trying to put in effort, it shows her like, dang, he doesn't care to be here, or he didn't really try to want to impress me. Because it just, I don't know, it's kind of like a mating thing, like kind of like when birds, I know, what is it, flamingos? Is it flamingos? Oh my god, I can't think of the bird. But basically, a lot of birds, like they'll show all of their beautiful colors, all their on their feathers and all that stuff. That's kind of what a woman wants a man to do. Please try and impress me. Like, you coming in with minimal effort shows that you do not care and you don't want to be there, and it does not help, and I probably don't want to call you back after. Now this is number 4, smile a lot and laugh at his jokes, and vice versa. So I learned this advice from the book Why Men Love Bees, which is a really good book. I love that book. But she said, always smile a lot. Men love pretty teeth. Even if you don't feel your teeth are pretty, still smile a lot and laugh at their jokes. Even if you don't think it's funny, it's just a polite thing to do. Just laugh a little bit, and it helps a man feel more confident. Once again, you want a man to feel confident. Y'all don't realize the amount of effort it goes for men to like come on a date. I know, like, we know for a fact, like, women were shy. We're like, oh my god, like, it's so scary. But men are scared too. Like, we gotta remember that. Men are like trying to impress you as well. So just laugh at their jokes a little bit if you think they are a little corny. It does help to add to, you know, them wanting to talk more, them wanting to show and share more information. So just be present in the conversation, smile, laugh, be there, be present. And men still as well, laugh at her jokes, smile at her, make her feel good. It just adds a little bit of flair to the first date and helps it to be less awkward, because first dates could be really, really awkward. Now, don't, women, this is for women primarily, and I kind of agree with men not doing this as well, but mainly for women, don't go to a man's house on the first date. Even if there is no ill intent, this helps to set boundaries and also avoid any regrets you may have later on. The first 2 dates should be in a public setting, and you don't go back to their place after. Just get to know them in public. This is just the best bet. Even if he's like, I'm gonna cook dinner for you, I feel like cooking dinner for me at your place should be more like the 3rd, 4th date, I'm gonna say. But I just feel like it just helps to avoid temptations and helps to keep a man on you and not on what could potentially happen in the future. Like, oh, I might get some later tonight. I just think it's best to be in a public setting and just don't go back to their place. I have done this before, going back to their place just to like, oh, we're gonna hang out here. That does not mean I slept with anyone, because you men love to come up with the craziest things in your mind. But still, I wish that I did not go back to their place, because I just feel like it sets boundaries and shows like, hey, I want to be in a public setting. Let's keep it at a public setting. I don't need to go back to your place. I'll see your place if we move forward. So it just is really helpful. I think it just adding and setting those boundaries and what could be, and also leaving a little bit of room for the imagination. We do want to see what you living like. What does your household look like? What does your lifestyle look like? I get that, but I just think that's something you want to discover if you are interested in them and you see that there is potential. You want to look at those things after the fact, not on the first date. Now, I have heard so many arguments on this and I'm so tired of this freaking discussion. Men, just pay the bill, okay? Pay the bill. It is simple etiquette and it's just traditional and polite to pay the bill as a man. As a man, that's just what men do. First date, pay the bill. Do not ask her to split it. Do not ask her to pay for it. It's tacky. It's tasteless. A woman's not going to want to hang out with you again after that. A woman, not a girl, a woman will not want to hang out with you after that. Whatever one won't do, the next one will. So another man will pay that bill, okay? So just pay the bill. It's not that expensive. I'm sure it's like what? On an average date, I think you're probably spending, if you add in drinks and all that, 100, 150. It is like if you're not making that much money, it might be a little bit of an L. But honestly, this is not to sound shady. If your funds are not where they need to be, just don't date. Like, honestly, and that goes for women too, but primarily men, because men, you guys are doing the courting for the most part. In most modern day situations, you're doing the courting. It'll just make you look better, okay? It looks really tacky and you're gonna be talked about. No one's gonna be talked about that much because you didn't pay a freaking bill for the date. Just pay the bill. That's it. This will help the woman to also feel like you actually wanted to take her out. You wanted to be there with her. You wanted to treat her. You wanted her to feel good. Just do it. It's okay. And that goes into the don't. Women, don't pay the bill, okay? Do not touch that bill. Do not look at that bill. Do not pretend you're gonna pay for it. It's unnecessary. At one point, I used to always get like really nervous when the bill came around because I was like, oh my God, like I don't want him to think that I'm just using him for a meal. No, the amount of effort that it goes into, like, at least for me as a woman going on that date, I am getting ready like from sun up to sundown when it comes to like taking a bath, shaving, showering, of course, finding out my signature perfume for that night, my makeup, my hair, my outfit, all of that, how I'm getting there. If you're picking me up, my nerves for that. It's a lot that goes into it. And just like I said, it's simple etiquette for a man to pay the bill. So just don't touch that bill. Don't offer it. Just let him do him. A man loves when a woman just lets them be the man as well. A good man, a good clean man. A boy might not, but a man likes to be a man. So let the man be the man and just sit there and of course say thank you. Thank you after they pay that bill. Always say thank you. And that actually goes into like one of my next do's. But like, yes, just say thank you. That's it. It is what it is. And if he thinks you're a gold digger for that, he's for the streets. Leave him alone and don't talk to him again because that makes no sense at all. And I hate men that think like that. So that goes into my do. Once again, say thank you. Men primarily pay for dates, and in our 20s we kind of date a lot for the most part. So men are constantly paying for first dates. They're constantly paying for dates with different women, and I think it's very important to show them that you're thankful for them and thankful for them wanting to court you and take you out and wanting to treat you to a nice meal. I think that's extremely important just to add into your box of being polite. So just say thank you to them. Thank you for them coming out. Men always thank a woman for coming out, for sharing her time with you. Women thank a man for spending time with you as well, but also paying that bill and wanting to get to know you and ask you out on a date. Just be polite. I think that's just like a really essential rule because a lot of women won't say thank you because they think a man is supposed to do it. And a lot of men won't say thank you because they're like, well, I paid for this meal. No, just say thank you. It's just common etiquette. Let's just do this and we'll all be happier people if we just show some common manners. Now we're going into my don't. Do not mention your ex. That's a no-no, okay? Don't mention your ex. If the conversation does happen to come up, do not go into details on what happened. Just say y'all went y'all separate ways. And I guess over time in the future, you could go into more details, but just say, hey, we went our separate ways. I know it might be kind of tempting to go on a rant that you got cheated on or he was rude to you or he did this, that, or she did this, that. No, it's not a venting session. We're focused on the future, not the past, and the future is right in front of you. So just focus on that person. Don't talk about an ex. It does not matter. Just dead the conversation if they try and go into details. And if they keep talking about their ex, kind of swiftly change the subject without being rude. Like maybe if they say like, oh, I met my ex in school and they're going on a rant, to say, I don't know, like, oh, who are some friends you met in school? What school did you go to? Or I think my cousin went to that school. Just kind of switch the conversation a little bit. Going on a rant on your ex, it makes them feel like you're still stuck on your ex, and that will make them feel like they're not important, and that you don't want them to be there, and that you're gonna finally go back to your ex at some point. So just don't bring up the ex. The ex is a no-no. They're the past for a reason. Let them stay in the past and just move on and just focus on your future right in front of you. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. If y'all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Those are my do's and don'ts of a first date that I found really crucial on every first date that I've gone on, and I think that it's really helpful and imperative that you guys follow a lot of these do's and don'ts. If y'all want a part 2, please give this video a big old thumbs up. Please share some of your do's and don'ts in the comments down below. I want to know some more do's and don'ts that y'all have on first dates or dating in general. That'll be really interesting to hear. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.